Greetings, Brother Ravana Noon here. This video, we will go into discussing meditation and working with demons. I think it's important just to review for those who've been watching my videos to go a little bit further into this part so that you can make your own personal connection and personal understanding. There is a demon and then there's a demon. When we speak of demons from the original Greek daemons, we're speaking of geniuses, super geniuses, supernatural, super intelligent beings that have existed since the black sun exploded, and thus inseminating this whole universe that we presently exist in, this solar system being one of many. That's different than gods and goddesses. Most of the time when you speak of gods or goddesses, they were created by priesthoods of ancient civilizations as metaphors of a potential that you could reach as a human being. And these metaphors in time became, in the minds of the non-initiates, real. They became entities, and people prayed to them, still do. People cried to them, still do. People begged, and still do. But when we speak of demons or spirits, these are actual existing entities that actually were flesh and blood, or still may be, that exist in another dimension parallel to this one. Okay? Now, if you want to make contact, if you want to truly make contact, well, there's several ways to do that. One of the most potent and effective ways is to meditate on the demon. Before you do that, though, you should first of all seek out a sigil of that demon. For example, I posted a quick video on Instagram yesterday of me doing a Abaddon ritual, or Abaddon. And the in, which is like a chant, I tend to chant this 99 times. Some say 108 times, some say 4 times or more. It should be repetitively chanted. While you're looking at the sigil with a black or red candle. I choose the red candle and sometimes the black, or both at the same time. It's important to understand that you want to make your personal contact or communication with the demon. So in order to do that, you should first understand something about the demon. Like, for example, Abaddon, father of the bottomless pit. The word Abaddon, or basically in Hebrew, is Abba, father, right? Don can be pit, bottomless pit. It could be abyss. It could be void. It can be those things. But it's understanding the demon that you are going to be working with. So out of respect You should study up on the demon. You should know the sigil or create your own sigil that you get from meditating on the demon, and speak to the demon. Speak to the demon as if they're your best friend. See, we have this habit as humans to bow down to what we think is non-visible or more superior than us. That's not what this path is all about on the left-hand path. You're deifying yourself, so you are a god demon in your own right. So you should not be bound down. What you should be doing is integrating or harmonizing with the demon, embodying the energy, the power, the attributes, and characteristics of the demon within you, so that you can empower yourself with that energy, those attributes and characteristics, for the work that you choose to do. Myself with Abaddon is a destruction ritual to destroy whatever remains of my weaknesses, my traumas, my issues, anything like that, to destroy that, so that I may become more powerful and stronger than ever. So it is very good that you meditate on the demon, embrace that energy within you, build a relationship with the demon as equals, not as one subservient to the other. That's not what this path is all about. If you still feel like you got to be subservient to a demon, you are nothing more than still a religious person disguising yourself in the left-hand path. You should integrate and harmonize so you are as one. When you meditate on that demon, it allows you to understand what their power really is, what they have power over, and how you could channel that power for your shadow work. Abaddon is perfect for destroying the issues that are still affecting you today. It is perfect to utilize for your work in the shadow work. Some who are taking my class understand this. So, again, find the sigil or create your own, and the in or N for the demon, and begin the act of chanting it repetitively. I do 99 times, some say 108. Like I said earlier, it depends on you. Just do it at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in a row. The more you do it, the more you connect with that current, the more you go into an altered state of consciousness or a trance, and you really start to connect and vibe with that energy. When you do this, you'll start to visualize certain things. As you chant this over and over, you will start to see things, hear things, even smell things that is happening because you're connecting to that energy of Abaddon. So you're seeing that which Abaddon is connected with, and it starts to become more clear. So focus on these things if you really want to work with demons. Okay, yes, I understand there's the Goetia, there's the Goetia way of doing things. I don't utilize the Goetia. I utilize my own methods that I'm creating to work with the demons that are beneficial for me. And everybody should create their own way to do it. Which is sometimes best while you create, while you are connecting with the energy of whatever said demon, that you create your own sigil that comes to your mind for that demon. One thing I like to do is hold the sigil in my hand. Hold the sigil in my hand and activate the sigil with my energy. There's various ways. You can use blood to activate the sigil. You can use your own sexual fluids. You can use saliva, things of that nature. I use blood to activate my sigil. Then as you're looking at the sigil, visualize the sigil aflame with the energy of, I'm going to keep saying Abaddon because that's what I'm working with now in this ritual recently. Aflame with the energy of Abaddon and your energy because you activated that sigil with your own blood or sexual fluids or whatever it may be. And that visualization, that fire, that inflamed energy is now integrated with the two, and it creates a more correct and direct flow of energy between you and the demon. Because you're going to be utilizing this for shadow work, which I would say is first and foremost the most important. But then it's for any other kind of work that you may need to finances or anything else along that line. So these are things that you definitely want to do. These are things you definitely want to do to really start to work with the demon. But before all of that, you first have to find out which demon you're vibing with, you're connecting with. And that's a lot of work because there's a long list of demons that you literally have to go through to see which one you're vibing with. So it's important that you understand that. As you're doing the chant, don't let your mind wander. Focus on what you're saying. If you go onto Instagram, my Instagram page is Black Flame of Sith. You will see, go into the story part there. It usually pops up when you click on my little icon picture. You will hear the Abaddon in there, the chant. And that actually comes from, and I'll give y'all the YouTube channel to go check out because they have some good eams on there. And give me one moment as this pulls up. Go to Satania, Satania, and they have good meditation chants all throughout their channel. Abaddon was the one that I really just zoned in on because I just so happened to be working with it. And as this came across my YouTube page, it just so happened I'm working with Abaddon. There's the chant. Connected with it, go to the Instagram and you'll hear it. If not, go to the Satania page and put Abaddon ENN chant or ENN meditation chant. This will help you to stay focused. Don't let your mind wander. Stay focused on what you're saying and feel the vibration as you're saying it. Do not just say, put your passion, put your fire behind it. Put your energy behind it. And really, 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 really let it come forth with power, with passion, with strength. Feel it. Feel it. Let it loose. Don't hold back and try to be cool. I'm too cool for this, so I'm going to just be cool what I say. No. Just let it out with a lot of passion. And go from there when you work. When you do these chants. Do not be too cool. Because a lot of times we try to act too cool and don't let ourselves flow. Now, word to the wise, when you do these rituals, when you use these chants, you're going to notice yourself opening up. And it can bring out a lot of stuff from you. You could start crying, just non-stop crying. You could feel rage. You could feel anger. You could feel happiness. All these things are going to come out of you because you're bottled. You're repressing or suppressing these things, and it's bottled up. And the energy of these demons, whichever one you select, has a habit of clearing that up, bringing it out. And it comes out very impactful when you're going to really release, really feel it. Really release and really feel it. So, always keep these things in mind as you work with the demons. I also want to say that people have to understand something. You're still the master over your life. You're still working to deify yourself and be the god and demon over your life. So if a spirit, a demon, asks you to do something that seems a little off, you have to question. You, as the god over yourself, have to question that. Because sometimes it can be an adverse spirit or demon that's trying to use you, manipulate you for its own purpose. These energies predate our monotheistic concepts, religious concepts that still is inside of a lot of our minds. The programming is really deep in there. It predates that. So you have to understand that some of these demons are not do not have the morals of what we've been given and programmed under in monotheistic religions and society and through educational system. They don't see things the same way as what we see them based upon our programming and perceptions. But if it seems a little strange that this demon or spirit is telling you something really off, you as your own God can refuse and say, I'm not going to do that. You, your own God, you choose and rule over your life. What you're doing is integrating, harmonizing with the demons to become deified or developed, or self-development and self-growth take you to another level. Because ultimately, you are the demon. And you ultimately will understand in your process and in your work that all of this only happens because of the power of your mind. So you the one that actually is creating, activating, and eliminating or continually working, depending on your choice, these rituals, these events. You are the master over your life. Anything external that's telling you to do something, wake the hell up, because it's not you. It's not you. So it comes to a point where you're going to have to say, okay, there's only so much I will allow myself to do. See, my goal when I work with a demon is not to worship, grovel, or beg. It's to integrate that energy for my shadow work so I can eliminate that which has binded and held me down to become a god demon over myself in my own right, with my own power being unleashed. It's not to beg. It's not to grovel. It's not to offer shit to demons, to spirits, to gods, or whatever you want to do. It's to be your own God. And I think people forget that on the left-hand path. I don't care how long you've been walking the left-hand path. You could go back to being just as religious as you were when you left religion. If you still feel you gotta worship a demon, that's religious. You can honor and pay respect for their greatness, their power, but you also should honor and respect yourself for your greatness and your power, and stop giving your power away to external things. See, this is why I flow with the Sith, and some of y'all starting to get it. Some of y'all starting to get it. Why I flow with the Sith is because a Sith, a true Sith, will bind any spirit or demon to them for their express purpose, for their command. Meaning, I'm going to integrate this energy for my purpose and what I command to bring forth in my life, and I utilize that energy to empower me even more. But even that day will end where I need anything outside of myself to do anything. That's the goal. This is why I keep hinting about the Sith. Because the Sith do not externalize. They become the God. They become the total power. They bind the spirits to their will. A Sith binds a spirit, a demon, to their will, not to the demon or spirit's will. Let me say that again in case you missed it. A Sith binds the spirit or the demon to their will, not to the will of the spirit or demon. The power of a Sith is to stand on its own square as the sovereign grand commander over their life, as the ruler over their life. Not answer to anyone or anything, because they take responsibility for all their ways and actions, all their failures and success, for all their actions that lead to consequences from those actions. They fully take responsibility for the consequences that come from their actions. The wiser you are, the wiser your actions, the less detrimental consequences that come from that. That's the power of a true Sith. But I'm doing this video for those who've asked these questions. How to work with a demon. What does this mean? What does that mean? Great. Here's the information. Research it. Apply it. Live it. Then come to your own conclusions and keep working from there. I know what my conclusion is. If I'm going to work with something, it's going to be bound to me. I'm going to integrate it to me for my express purpose. And if I use any sigil, it's the sigil of the Sith that I create to make myself the master over me and the God over self. Period. That's the work. The work that I think many of us are forgetting. Because many of us are still newbies or been working this, and we still shift back to the programming of wanting to work with something external to help them, to assist them, not to become them. Not to integrate and bind that power to you, but to still some way, somehow, subliminally even, your mind will still find a way to worship that which you're working with. I know because I hear it in the questions people ask. A true Sith does not bow down to anything or anyone. Because a true Sith is a Sethian. Is like Set. A true Sith understands individuated consciousness, and I bow to no gods, for I am my own God. I will destroy and devour the gods if they try to control me, bind me, and rule over me. That's Set. Sith. Seth. That's what the work entails. But if you want to still learn the process of working with demons, this is just an intro to how to really get started, the basic steps to get started before you get more complex. We have to really start to understand this as we move forward. It is essential for your growth that you understand the difference between integration and externalization. It's very important you understand the difference between the two in your work. It is important that you start to realize that you are the only God that is over your life. The only demon that is over your life. It is you who take control. And every ritual you do is for the express purpose to develop yourself. It is to overcome your obstacles, blockages, traumas, pains, wounds, programming. To be null and void of those things so you can have total power and control over yourself as a sovereign grand commander. So that you create a life that you see and how you see it. That you start to understand that as a chaos being, a true chaos being can only be such if they learn how to bring order to their personal chaos. And then how to use that chaos for continual development and growth. If you're a chaos being and you have no control over yourself and the chaos is controlling and ruling over you, you're not a real chaos being. You are a servant or a slave still. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Wake the hell up. Be the ruler over yourself. The ruler over your life. Be set. Sith. Alright, y'all. It was nice. Dark blessings to everyone. I may make another video tomorrow, depending how I feel. Next week, Friday, we're having a shadow work class. And then I'll be gone for the holidays up north to Connecticut and New York. So if anybody who watches these videos is in Connecticut or New York and wants to meet up, let me know. I'll be there for the 23rd through the 27th. Alright? Hit me up. And let me just say this quick disclaimer. I am not the one who has the answer to your problems. You are the one who has the answer to your problems. I cannot answer every question that people send me in emails because you need to do the work. You need to do the study. You need to apply and do the practices yourself. Sometimes questions are asked of me and I will not answer them or give you a little answer and then tell you to do the rest because I am not doing your job for you. That is your responsibility. Your responsibility to study, apply, and practice that which you desire and are passionate about in your life. So please stop asking me questions as if you don't have your own mind to know what to do in a ritual. The ritual is a guideline. You do anything else that your true self, which is really not the true self, is just the self, because the self is all that was and will ever be. Follow that, what your self tells you to do. So if there's a guideline to do a ritual, do not ask me, can I put Mickey Mouse ears on the top of a statue because my spirit told me to? Is that a good thing? I don't know. You tell me if it's a good thing. That's what your spirit's telling you to do. Then put the damn Mickey Mouse ears on top of the statue. Why are you asking me? I'm not your God. I'm not your master. I'm none of that stuff. Why do people do this? I know why. Because we've been programmed to ask and wait for answers from other people who seem to be teachers, lecturers, or master teachers or whatever. I'm not a master teacher. Will never take that title. I am a master over self. I work on mastering myself. I don't care about mastering no one else, just myself. Okay? I'm not your guide. I'm not guiding your life. I guide my life. I can help by sharing examples, experiences, and from the knowledge I've gained, which is all I can do. For as much as I know nothing. I do not claim to know everything. For as much as I know, I still know nothing. So please, people, guide your life. Take rulership and ownership over your life. Be that sovereign grand commander. Be that demon. Be in control of yourself. And follow what your true self, yourself, tells you to do. Follow that. I don't care how weird it sounds what yourself is telling you to do. Do it. There's a reason for it. Self knows self better than anyone else. Alright, once again, dark blessings. I may do a video tomorrow. If not, I'll see y'all, some of y'all, Friday shadow work class. For y'all who are still interested in the Sith, hit me up at the Black Serpent Clan at gmail.com. The blackserpentclan@gmail.com, or on my Instagram, Black Flame of Sith. Black Flame of Sith. For those who are interested in the Sith class, hit me up. Sith class is challenges as an acolyte. Before you become an apprentice, you are an acolyte reaching the status or level of an apprentice. There's challenges that you must complete. And there are quite a lot of challenges because Sith don't hand you the information. You have to be tried, tested, and proven worthy enough to receive the information. So I don't share a lot of that. I share it with those who are walking the path of the Sith. And you go through the challenges, you complete them. We keep going through challenges. And once you complete all of them, then you get to the level of an apprentice. Then begins training to be a Sith. So, if you're interested, hit me up. All right. Dark blessings.